For my 10-minute drawing session, I was working on Grobug Tales Kid's Rex, and I have a little special message after I talk about the main thing, which is Rex, plus a little bit of harmony, and stick around for that after. It'll be just a few minutes, so here we go. So I have my Grobug Tales series, which features 5 children's picture books with kids each having adventures with these magical guardian angel type bugs called Grobugs. Rex is the first one. Rex is inspired by, well, because I'm a funny guy, these are all based on things that I like. One thing that I like, that I'm not in love with, but that I do like, is Godzilla. And Rex basically faces a giant bug monster, and there's a fight between 2 gigantic creatures in his bedroom somehow, because of magic. And yeah, that's something that happens in Rex and the Grobug. And I figured Rex is called Rex because he likes dinosaurs a lot, so Rex is a nickname for him. And I thought, well, let me come up with a design for him because he's going to be in a children's picture book. I need to figure out what this kid might look like. So I just try to sketch him. I put him in like pajamas, shirt and shorts, and the shirt has cool, dinosaur on it, and it's like a little pajama set that you'd get for your kids. But then after I was done with Rex, I thought, well, I don't know what else to do with him. So I started drawing Harmony. Harmony is also in the Grobug series, and she is like a princess ballerina. All these Grobugs all these kids in these stories are based off my kids, by the way. So, but anyway, she's inspired by one of my favorite things called Kamen Rider, which is a distant cousin of Godzilla, you could say. They both come from Japan originally, and there's more story to that, but that's not the story I want to tell right now. The story I want to tell is the story of what is going on here, what I'm doing. So I'm running my website, mjmuñoz.com, where you can find all my work, which you'll hear about later in my canned outro. But I decided I really need to discipline myself and work a little bit at a time to chip away, because I don't have a lot of time, at getting my writing done, at getting my drawing done. Because while I don't plan to use my art for books specifically at this time, because I don't think my skill level is high enough, I'd rather hire an artist who's a much better quality and who can give me exactly what I want. I figure I should at least practice drawing. Drawing helps me create. Drawing helps me imagine and understand stories as I draw. Basically, stories come into my mind, or details of the character I'm drawing in a particular story come into my mind, and I learn more about them as I'm doing that. So I can only allot myself at this time a small amount of time a day, 10 minutes a day, for drawing. So that's what I do, and it helps me with my storytelling. And I decided to also allot myself 10 minutes a day to write, to help me get out my stories a little bit at a time. I want to write big, epic novels. I want to write, long fantasy series. I want to write big superhero stories that are really interesting. But I am cautious because I'm a self-taught writer, and I have never finished a project that big. So I thought, before I get into these big projects, I want to write small stuff. So I have these children's picture books that I'm writing. Actually, all the children's picture books are done. They need to be revised and edited, because in addition to the 5 picture books I made, I also made a 6th book, which is a chapter book for younger readers. I don't know, somewhere like the target audience. It's appropriate for kids like, 7 to 10 or something like that, but it's being written in a way it's appropriate for all ages, like old books used to be. I think Chronicles of Narnia, I think The Hobbit, that kind of thing, except it's a much shorter book. So I was gonna say maybe like a Nancy Drew Goosebumps kind of thing, even though none of those really describe the genre it's in. This is fantastical fantasy with a whole society of these Grobugs, which are like these guardian angel bugs, and they're facing a threat in the Grobug chapter book without pictures in it that I'm writing. So anyway, I figure I'll write this smaller stuff. I'll learn how to tell a story from beginning, middle to end, how to incorporate themes the way I want to, how to do all the different stuff. Like, by finishing stories, I'm going to be able to learn better how to write by finishing short stories, I'm going to be able to learn how to better write these longer stories. And I thought, well, I have kids, so why not make picture books like I would want for my kids to be able to have, and even chapter books like I'd want for my kids to be able to have accessible to them. And so that's what I'm doing. And this video that you're getting, that you're looking at, that you're listening to right now, is a project I have, is part of a project I have to basically record my production of the content, to show it to people, to share it with people, and to take a little bit of time to talk about the content as well, or the process, or what I'm thinking about as I'm creating the characters, or as I'm writing as well. So I'm going to, I'm starting today, November 1st, 2023, a project to document my creative process and to put it out there, to share it 5 days a week. You should be getting a drawing, a writing, a drawing, a writing, a drawing, writing. That's the ideal. I have a large backlog of drawings that I never put up, even going back as far as July of 2023. I don't know why that happened. I'm a little embarrassed that I did that, but I'm also going to be transparent and just say, hey, I goofed, I made a mistake, and I hope now I'm older and wiser and I've cultivated more discipline for myself, so I'll be able to eventually get this stuff out in a more timely manner and get things out in a way where it's always consistent. You'll always get the 5 days a week, drawing, writing, or writing, drawing. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I think the way it works, if I start it one way, it'll naturally alternate over the weeks, and over the course of time you'll get writing and drawing every day, and you'll get, over the course of 2 weeks, you'll get 5 of each, which would be ideal. That way it's all even. So anyway, yeah, you can look forward to more of these. They're going to be short, except for this one. It's going to be a long special one, but most of them are going to be short. Most of them are probably going to be less than 3 minutes, but I will try to never go beyond 10 minutes, because who has that kind of time, right? This is going long, so I'm going to wrap up. I just want to let you know the content will change over time. So first you're going to see me doing drawings for the Grobug Tales. You'll see writing for the Grobug Tales for a long time, but then the drawings will, over the course of a month or so, shift into drawings for my superhero books. And those are big things. Those are big stories. They're much bigger concepts, so I'm going to be really working those out. Although I'm contemplating whether or not I should dive into my kids fantasy series that I want to do before I do the superhero. That way I have more to my name, and I have more credentials, and I have more confidence in myself that, look, I've written 5 children's picture books, I've written 1 kids chapter book, and I've written this much more in this fantasy series that has dragons and knights and things like that before I move on. That has a different vibe and is for a different audience, that being kids or teens or maybe even adults who are into these cool superhero stories I'm going to do. Classic values, good moral stuff that you aren't ashamed to share with people or to show them. Nothing bad in them. They're good, just classic stories. That's what I'm going for, because that's what I want for myself and my family. So anyway, thank you for your time and attention. I'll go ahead and let you go. Until next time, folks, take care. This is MJ signing out. I hope you enjoyed that. Go to mjmuñoz.com to leave any questions, comments, or other feedback you might have. There you can find all of my analysis, art, and fiction. I cover books, tokusatsu, comic books, anime, and more. Look around. You're sure to find something else that you'll enjoy as well. This has been a Story Over Everything production.